To those of you who are scared about the prices of Bitcoin, even though they're at almost $97,000, I have a glimmer of hope for you that everything's going to be okay, okay? Everything's going to be all right. Bob Marley there. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to talk about a graph that's going to make you pretty darn bullish. But first, we have 14 years ago, you could buy 3 Bitcoin for $1 and still have change. This is the Bitcoin historian on Twitter. Definitely follow that guy. He's really good. So, guys, the most profitable people in the crypto space, you may think they're traders because they're always showing you their P&L, profits and losses. Guys, first off, most of these guys are fake. You can easily create a P&L. I've never done that in my life because I'm not a trader. I'm a holder, and I've been holding for a very long time, and I don't have to stare at screens all day. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm not leveraged. I'm not going to get liquidated. And this is just a prime example of holding. There's no trader in all of crypto that if you were buying back then, that they made more than you if you were buying back then. No way in heck, okay? So just get that through your mind. You look at all the traders, you're kind of like, oh, I want to make some money quickly. No. 98% of traders, they lose money, okay, over the long run. Next, we have credit card defaults just hit the highest level since the 2008 crisis. It's up 50% in a single year. Now, this is a financial crisis, and hopefully Trump can fix that. I really hope so. It's going to be interesting because there's probably going to be more jobs, hopefully, that are created through all these tariffs. I'm not so sure about that. I just think prices are going to be really high, but I really hope they're not, okay? I hope that I'm wrong and that actually things are going to get a lot better. And yeah, all I can do is hope for that. But yeah, it's really rough right now. And especially right now, instead of just hoping too much, right? I would suggest that if you don't have any Bitcoin's going to keep up with inflation. Bitcoin's going to keep up with anything depression-wise, recession-wise. I mean, we already saw back in 2020, during the entire globe locking down, unemployment was over 30%. In the depression, it was like 26.8% unemployment. During that lockdown, it was over 30%, okay? And Bitcoin went from $3,500 to $69,000. That's how well Bitcoin does during any crisis. And can you imagine anything getting worse than the lockdowns in terms of economic stuff? It ain't gonna happen, okay? Moving on, we have Elon Musk says that there will be no inflation in 2026. The Department of Government Efficiency cuts $4 billion per day in US spending. Now, I'm going to cover some stats here, which I think are going to be it's probably not going to bode well for what he said. Now, I hope that the government Doge actually fixes inflation. That would be amazing. That would be incredible. I think that would be good for the entire world. But here's the facts right now. We are spending $7 trillion per year on $4 trillion of revenue. I don't see how you're going to fix that. I just don't. Especially now that 80% of all US dollars were printed over the last 5 years. And this is during many presidents' reign. It was by Trump and by Biden. I don't think this is going to fix anything, but if I'm wrong, please let me know. But here's the thing. You don't have any say of what the Federal Reserve does, okay? They're going to print and print and print. And there's nothing stopping that. Nothing stopped it through any presidency that we've experienced in my lifetime of them printing. It just never happened, okay? And that includes everyone that's in office right now, okay? I just don't know. But if I'm wrong, please let me know down below. Now, the bullish side of Bitcoin. Bitcoin balance on exchanges just hit a 7-year low. So with that said, I think there's going to be a supply shock. There's a lot of people buying Bitcoin. There's institutions, there's ETFs, there's potentially a Bitcoin reserve. let's see what happens more and more on exchanges, because the more big money buys, the less supply is out there. And here, look at this chart right here. Just shows you, yeah, this is pretty darn bullish. I can't imagine being bearish on this. And here's another fact right here. 22 million Americans are millionaires per UBS. And there's not enough millionaires out there to go ahead and buy one Bitcoin, even just in the United States. So can you imagine the world? And you can add on top of that a supply crunch on exchanges. Like, wow, I don't know why people are bearish right now. I really don't. Like us at learningcrypto.com, if you do want to check that out, that's what we're holding, our portfolio, what we've bought, what we're going to be selling, what we've already sold, and when we are going to be selling all of our alts. I think that's a really big thing. And people are scared, like, okay, alts are just going to go down. They're worthless, blah, blah, blah. Well, keep in mind, like, I've seen alts like go through many, many different cycles. I remember, I think Ethereum went from $1,300 or something like that to around $80. I held the whole way. That was my kind of the first Ethereum bull market that Ethereum was involved, and that was pretty scary. But a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's dead. It's no longer viable. It's finished." And then look at it now. Like, look at last bull market. It went to like $4,900, $4,800. So went from $80, people were just bashing it, to $4,800. That's pretty darn good, you know what I mean? So hey, let me know if I'm wrong, if you think that Ethereum is dead, whatever. And also let me know if you think DOGE is going to fix the economy, going to stop the currency printer. And also, don't just tell me if you think that's going to happen. Explain to me how that's going to happen, because I'll use that for other videos. If it actually makes sense, I will use that for other videos. Anyways, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.